small YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm starting the recording and the class is starting now. Okay, so this is OET listening. This is part A. I always teach the part A listening because I love teaching these three techniques I will teach you today. We'll review those and then you'll practice those techniques as we do the listening. Can I make sure that everyone can see the correct document today, though? Does everyone see a document here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It should be empty, nothing here. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to start off with the format. Very quick review with the format there. Then we're going to look at techniques. I'll go through the three techniques. You can ask me questions. Then we're going to practice a real mock test. This is the usual structure I use. It means that if you're new, you know what's happening. And if you're old, you can still have some practice. Okay, format of the test. Let's test the people who should know. Shahjahan, could you say hello?
Yes, sir.
So, format of the test. How many questions are there in this test?
24.
24. Okay, so 24 questions. And how much time do we have before everything
30
starts?
seconds.
Okay, so OET listening part A. 24 questions. 30 seconds before the listening starts. Okay, so 30 seconds prep time. Norzad, I'm not sure if you're speaking. We'll have Amit Jan. Can you tell us what type of questions will we see? What's the type of the question?
Matching
Questions. Fantastic.
Gap in the
You've
fillings.
done this many times. Matching questions. Actually, is that right?
No. It's not matching. It's reading part A. It's fill in the blanks. Sorry.
Fill in the blanks. Amajan, can you tell us what are they trying to test us on? What are they?
I think they are trying to test our ability to get notes, detail.
Taking notes, listening for detail. Right, this is a listening for detail test. And actually, guys, if you look at the very old OET tests, it used to be just note taking, no gap fill. It used to just be note taking. Okay, so you got 30 seconds prep time. But how many, Shahjahan? How many audios will we listen to? Everyone, how many audio?
2, sir.
Two.
Audio clips. Let's do this together. It could be fun together. So there's 2 audio clips. How long is each clip?
About 5 seconds. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
6 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So you're listening to a 1 5-minute audio. You have 30 seconds to prepare. Then one approximately 5-minute audio. And then you have another 30 seconds, then another 5-minute audio. There's 12 questions for each audio, 25 questions in total.
One.
What about, let's think about something like, oops, put this here. Let's think about something like a good score. What is a good score? Amajan, for you, this would be a good question for you, Amajan. What are you aiming to get here?
I'm aiming to get at least 20.
20 minimum. And is that
minimum.
something that are you able to kind of do that now? Is it the
Yes, I am able to get 20 easily.
What do you struggle with yourself these days, Amajan? Is it
listening part C? While I'm listening to audio, I usually lose my track.
Okay. So often people find part C more difficult than A, guys. So we need to score at least 20 here. Okay, so that we can pass this test if we do not so well in part C. Okay, so this is fill in the blanks, 30 seconds prep time, 24 questions, 12 questions each audio clip. There's 2 audio clips, 5 minutes long, approximately, and we're listening for details. Okay, does anyone have any questions about the format of this test? Anyone new here? Okay, I've got a question for you. Asya, could you say hello?
Yes, and
How much time at the end?
2 seconds. 2 minutes, sorry.
2 minutes. This is for the paper exam. What about computer, guys?
1 minute. 1 minute.
So 2 minutes at end of part C, right? For the computer exam, it's 1 minute at the end of part A. You get 1 minute to check your answers, okay? All right, so this is the format of the test. What about techniques? How do we do this? Elena, could you say hello? Is it okay if you could say hello, Elena?
Yeah, we look for signposts,
Signposts is I often teach. Signposts are good. What else?
headings,
Headings can help. So let's look at an example here. So headings. Okay, what else?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well let me go through this. I know some of you know this already, but this is really important, and I'm going to play some games with you today. Okay, so techniques.
Category.
There are 3 techniques that we use, okay? But I'm going to play a game to show you this technique, Norzad. This is a listening game, okay? And this is the game. Write down the 3 most important things I say. Everyone ready? Listening test?
Yes.
You all have a pen? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so on Sunday, it was Mother's Day, so we went for a nice meal with my sister and her husband and my mother and her husband's mother. We had a lovely meal. We had a curry, which was very nice, and we also had a very nice dessert. As well as that, we played with the children. One of them is called Lola, one of them is called Heidi, and they're really lovely, and they were laughing and joking. And Lola actually fell over and hurt herself and was crying, but she was okay in the end. All right, so Chamika, can you tell me the 3 important things that I said there?
You went to the dinner with the mother and your sister's husband, and
Okay, sister's husband. What else?
Harry again.
It's a silly question, isn't it? It's a silly question because this is a stupid game, because you guys don't know what I mean by that, do you?
Yes. Desert, curry, and flour.
Well,
Play.
Farid, I can say no, the desert is not important. No,
We don't know what you're asking for, sir.
we don't know. We don't know what did Alan think is important? We don't know. Okay. If I say, tell me the 3 food items, or if I say, tell me the 3 events, or tell me 3 children's names, is it more easy now?
Yes.
Yes.
Much more easy.
Yes,
Okay? Because we know when you have the category of information, when you know what you're listening for, it's much easier. Much easier. Okay, so in terms of listening, we're always listening for categories. Okay, so for example, guys, if it says he had a severe blank, what are we listening for?
Symptom.
Noun.
A symptom. Okay. If it says he is unable to
Actions.
Actions.
we're probably listening for an action, aren't we? If it says he was prescribed
Medication.
medication, or maybe therapy, maybe can you be prescribed, maybe. If it says something like blank was provided by the hospital.
Equipment.
Equipment.
That would
Treatment.
be equipment. Okay. It could be treatment as well. You can have more than one, can't you? It could be treatment as well. What if it says something like this? He has a blank headache. Najibullah.
Description.
Monica.
Description.
Adjective.
This is what I call a description of gap. So this is the only kind of thing that is not very easy, really. Okay. When you see this, you know, okay, it's not a symptom. It's not an action. It's not a medication. It's not equipment. It's not treatment. It is a description of the headache. Does that make sense, guys? So this is important. How much time do we have before the audio starts?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
So we can be thinking about the gaps and thinking, okay, is that a symptom? Is that an action? What is that? What if it says this? He was diagnosed with.
Condition.
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 That would be a condition. Okay. What if it says something like, oops, let me put this here. What if it says, she works as a blank?
Job.
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 Job description.
Do we see jobs in OET? Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Profession.
Be careful, because sometimes it might say it could be like a full-time mother. Have you seen that one before? And of course that is a job. Of course it is a very, very difficult job. But you might not be expecting that, okay? So categories, listing for categories is very important when it comes to listing part A, all right? Another very, very important technique that I always point out is this. What is this, guys?
Signposting.
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 This is a signpost. Okay, now let's just get someone to explain this quickly before we start this test. Eli, could you say hello? Or Evelina? What is signpost? It seems so obvious. It's so easy. What is it?
It's tell us where we are.
I mean, we were talking about signposting in speaking this week, weren't we? We were talking about it in speaking as well. It tells me
What coming next?
Answer is coming.
and of course, guys, of course you do this. Automatically you will do this. But the key thing is the rule. What's my rule? Alexi, would you say hello, Alexi? Do you know my rule?
Rule that after some posting we can wait right answer.
Say that again. If it's important, say that again.
It is important because we can understand in which part of dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say it prevents
Yeah.
in getting, what's that word beginning with L? L-O. Anyone?
Lost.
Right.
Lost.
Okay, but it must, guys, the rule is the signpost must be on.
Different line.
Different line.
Line.
Before.
Let's just say it must be
Right.
separate
Separate from a gap.
from the gap. Okay. We cannot trust, for example, head here. Is that a good signpost?
No.
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 He might say, oh, doctor, my head feels painful. Or he might say, pain is how sometimes in the
In my
morning
head.
at
Yeah.
9 a.m., my head feels, right? He can change it. They can paraphrase these. We cannot trust these words to come before, okay? Signposts come before. We're looking for words that must come before. Okay, so we got signposts, we've got categories. We're going to demonstrate this in a second and then practice. Third technique, what is that?
Selector.
Select a word.
Rima, go on. We did this last week. We'll do this every week.
Yeah,
Go on.
select a word.
Okay, so this is something new. What is a selector word, please?
Choose a word. Special
Oh,
words.
you're the teacher now, Rima. You tell us, what does it mean?
For example, I had a terrible headache on Wednesday. Wednesday for me is choose a word.
So
Yeah.
You're saying choose a word. Let's say words that
Yeah.
help you choose.
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Yeah?
Yeah, between two possible answers, yeah.
So let's play a listening game, guys. Let me show you this. Very simple. What's the category here, guys? What's the category?
Game, some game.
Gaming.
Game.
Action.
Sports.
Hobby, a sport, a hobby or a sport. Okay. And let's put a signpost here. So here's my signpost. Let's say go to cinema. Okay. So this is your signpost. When you hear cinema, you know that the answer is coming here. Okay. So just listen for the answer. 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, doctor. Yeah, well, in terms of hobbies, I do lots of things. I sometimes like to go to the cinema with my partner and we watch lots of really nice movies. And as well as that, I play cricket, rugby, and football, and also sometimes I play lacrosse. What's the answer?
Cross.
Cross.
No, we don't know.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Again,
You meant rugby, cricket, or
Rugby.
football?
it's a silly
The
game.
cricket, rugby,
Play
or
game.
cross.
It's not.
It's a stupid game because you don't know. Is it cricket? Is it rugby? Is it lacrosse? Does anyone play lacrosse here? Lacrosse, the French. Anyone ever played that sport?
No.
Me neither. Okay, so there's 3 possible answers. Okay, will this happen in OET that there are 3 possible answers?
No.
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 Sometimes 2, not usually 3. Sometimes there's 2 possible answers. How do we get the answer when there's 2? What do we write down?
Select a
Write
word.
down
Select the
both
word.
of them.
You're looking for
us.
words like it might say like on Wednesday, right?
Mm.
And it might say, okay, yes, doctor, I love to go to the cinema with my partner and we watch lots of great movies. And then I play cricket and rugby, and also I love to play football. And as well as that, I play lacrosse on Wednesday.
Lacrosse.
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 Cross.
You get these words that are very useful. They're not signposts, right? They're not signposts. It's the opposite. They're telling you which one. They're helping you to choose. Okay? So, look, I've been teaching OET a long time. These things are just obvious. Probably Amatjan, Norzad, Farouk, you just do it automatically. But not everyone will. And it's useful to think about it and think, okay, yeah, this is what I should do mentally. Okay? So let's practice it. We're going to practice these 3 things. Finding categories, looking for signposts, and thinking, oh, maybe there will be a selector word. Is everyone ready to do a full 12-question audio?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I expect the people who know about this, you're going to help me teach the other people. Okay? So here is the real test today. Declan Bassett. Okay? And Khalida, how much time do I have before the audio starts?
90 seconds?
It's not 90. Nice try. Can we have
30.
30?
Yeah.
30 seconds.
So how many of these should I read in 30 seconds? What do you think?
5.
4 to 5.
5. Maybe
Go for 5. 1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Okay. And when you do this, you're going to think about categories. You're going to think about signposts. You're going to think about selector words. Let me zoom in. Okay. So we can see this. Okay, Farid, you help me with the first one. Okay. Declan Bassett, 3 years ago, episodes of vomiting, initially diagnosed as, what's this?
Diagnosed.
Knows that?
Condition. Condition.
Just
Condition,
Farid, guys, don't see. Now I don't know. Does Farid know? I know that Ronica knows, but I don't know if Farid knows. Do you know, Farid? Condition.
Yes, condition.
So, Farid, give me one more. 14, blank prescribed.
Medication.
Okay. Now, Ronica, could you say hello?
Hello, sir.
Number 15, avoiding certain foods helped.
Food. Diet.
What is it, guys? Think about the condition here. History of the condition.
Condition.
Type. Food.
maybe help the
Type.
symptoms? Say again?
Reduce some symptoms, some feeling.
Some condition.
Feeling or symptoms, maybe? That one's a hard one.
Avoiding certain food helps.
E.g.
So yeah, e.g. Sorry, yeah, so it will be food. Sorry.
Fruits name.
Yes.
It would be food or diet kind of thing. Okay. Accompanied by everyone. Accompanied by
Person. Sign.
Symptom.
Symptom.
Symptoms, sir. Symptoms.
I think vomiting accompanied by will be a symptom.
Symptom.
Symptom. And last one, 17, becoming increasingly. Amajan, what do you think? Farouk, Nozad?
Descriptive.
Adjective description.
Description of, right? Maybe an adjective for feelings, maybe like unhappy, stressed, anxious, maybe. Okay. So the exam starts, 30 seconds. Think about categories. Also, let's think about signposting now. So Layla, could you say hello? Or if we could have Ruxana.
I can say hello. Yes.
So very easy. Where are the signposts here? Things that will tell
3
me.
years, 1 year, 1 year ago. This is the main one.
That gives me for 13, and then for 15, is this
15 symptoms. Avoiding, yes, can be, yes, certain foods, but symptoms more near.
Yeah, this is the one. Why not? This is not a good signpost. Why not?
Because it's too close.
Yeah, it's too
Same
close.
line.
We're listening for maybe relief from symptoms. What does relief mean, guys? Relief.
Oh, getting better.
So when he starts, when Declan Bassett starts to say, "Oh yeah, my symptoms were getting better or were relieved," then you know, he's gonna say food, a food example. Okay. Other signposts. Anyone see any other signposts? Is there one?
1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Maybe this. It's possible, but I'm not. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay, now let's think about the last thing, which is selector words. Farouk, do you see any suspicion?
Yeah, sensation, sir.
Oh, where's that? Sensation. Here. Yeah. So maybe he'll say more than one symptom here, but only one of them is a sensation. What does sensation mean, guys? Sensation.
Feeling.
He might say 2 possible symptoms, but we want the one that is a sensation, a feeling. Any other selector words?
And effective medication, sir.
Yeah. Again, he might say 2 medications and only one of them is ineffective. What does it mean, guys? Ineffective.
It's not working, sir.
Not effective, yeah.
Thank you for a brilliant definition. Not working. Okay, now, does anyone have any questions? Because I will start the audio now. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so I'm going to count down from 3. After 3, the audio will start immediately. You will have no time, okay? So immediate start. Get a pen and a paper. You've got 13 to 24. Last question. What do I do? 18, 19, 20, 21. What should I do here?
Continue to predict during the audio.
Right? You can predict categories. What else can we do? We can think about, oh, that's a signpost. That's my signpost.
Yeah.
We can say, oh, why is he saying Wednesday? That might be a selector, right? Does anyone see any other selector words here? Just quickly.
I think the main thing is with the, for example, IV fluids, like the words in the bracket is also important, that sometimes it's also helping us.
That's a signpost here. This is a very good signpost for 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Starting now.
So, Declan, you've been referred to me because you've been experiencing digestive problems. Before I examine you, perhaps you could tell me in your own words the history of the condition.
Well, it all started about 3 years ago. I suddenly found I was having issues keeping food and drink down, So I went to the doctor and he said, well, what you're describing, it sounds like acid reflux. Well, I'd heard of that and I didn't think that's what it was. Anyway, he prescribed a course of H2 receptor blockers and said, just try, and if this doesn't work, then we'll schedule some tests.
And?
Well, I was right to be sceptical because they didn't work. So I ended up going for an endoscopy, and my GP was surprised. He said, you were right, there is something else going on. They'd taken a biopsy of my stomach, and there was a problem with the bacteria there. So he put me on a triple antibiotic, and I was on that for 21 days.
And did that help?
I did feel a bit better, but if I ate certain foods, they'd still get stuck in my throat, like when I was eating bread, that sort of thing. Then fast forward to this time last year, and I had the same episode again. I just couldn't keep the food down. Only this time, it wasn't only that. I also had a feeling like my stomach was burning. It was horrible, like my insides were on fire or something. I thought it would pass like the other symptoms did, but actually it just got more and more intense, so I called the hospital and the paramedics came out to get me.
So what happened there?
Well, they did some tests. They took a stool sample and they told me they were going to analyse that to see what was going on down there. Anyway, eventually I was told I'd been diagnosed with colitis and again was prescribed antibiotics. So I took them, but within an hour or two of taking those pills, I was throwing up again.
Right.
So I ended up back in hospital because I couldn't keep anything down, and I was really suffering from fatigue. I was having trouble even standing at this point, and basically everything hurt. So they admitted me and put me on an IV for fluids because I was dehydrated and malnourished.
And they did more tests?
Yes, this time they gave me a barium swallow test and took an x-ray of my chest area. What that showed was that I had a disorder in my esophagus. Basically, the endings of the nerve cells are supposed to move the food down my esophagus to my stomach, and so signal to my LES muscle to relax and allow the food into my stomach. But because these nerves aren't working, there's no signal and the muscle doesn't open.
So they diagnosed achalasia?
That's right. They told me I'd have to manage the condition somehow. I mean, that's okay because it's not all the time. I have these episodes where I can't keep anything down. Then for a while I'm okay as long as I'm careful. I keep to a mostly liquid diet or go for food that's easy to break down. I watch the texture of the solid stuff I eat and keep to small portions. Another thing that's